how do you access my account? How do I access my subscription and create my resources? Well, that is possible with the help of management tools. Well, you have graphical user interface options, which is Azure Portal, Storage Explorer, and there are a few other tools which we may frequently not use them. And we also have CLI options, which is Azure Cloud Shell, which is PowerShell and cross-platform CLI combination. And we also have got SDKs, the software development kits, especially for the developers. And these are some of the options for the Azure Services Management. You can go to the downloads if you wanted to download any of these SDKs, if you wanted to download any CLI options. Let's explore the portal, Azure Portal. Well, Azure Portal, or simply the portal, is a web management interface for all Azure resources. Using Azure Portal, we can build, manage, and monitor everything from a simple web application to a complex application in a single unified console. See, Azure Portal is nothing but the browser-based user interface. Few minutes ago, we put in a URL, we've accessed it, right? It is exactly the same, Azure Portal. If you remember, I said in 2016, we used to have ASM, Azure Service Manager, which is something similar to the left-hand side, this one. And in 2016, we have ARM, Azure Resource Manager introduced, which is something similar to the right-hand side. So ASM, it used to be very legacy, quite old. You see, manage.windowsazure.com. It used to be the URL. Now it is portal.azure.com, which is the ARM-based management portal. In the backend, ASM uses the XML-based configuration files. I mean, whatever you make changes, you make UI configuration, everything will be a XML configuration file, where ARM is a JSON file. Right, the configuration of ARM portal will be stored into a JSON. You forgot about ASM because it's been quite a long. We don't even have access to ASM now. Though you put manage.windowsazure.com, it will not take us anywhere. It is only portal.azure.com. So there was a time people have asked it in the interview, but nobody cares about it now. So just ignore. But have a thought in mind. There is something called ASM. We used to have it to manage the Azure cloud services. So ARM is a unified portal. That means in one portal, one console, you will get access to all 200 plus services. It's a single place that you can manage all the services. And it is a single place you can access it from Windows, from Linux, and from Mac machines because it is browser based. Let's go to the portal. Well, the moment you log in, right hand side, it is called your profile information. So kurela.venkat@gmail.com is the email ID that I've used to log in. So if you click on my account, you will just get to know the information that you have provided at the time of creating this Microsoft account. So if you wanted to log in with a different email IDs, you can do that. You can just switch the accounts or you can log in with a different account. This one is about the feedback. If you like the portal or not, you have any advice to give, your experience, you're happy, not happy. It is about the feedback that you send it to Microsoft about this portal. You see this question mark? This is the support, right? Do you need any technical assistance? Do you have a problem? So you just can raise a support request here. Before you are raising the support request, the advice to check the health events. Well, we will talk about this service probably sometime later. Then they also advise you to look at the community, the KB articles, the documentation, etc. And you just click help plus support. So you can create a support request, right? You can choose the right support plan. So we will talk about these plans soon, but yes, this is to get the help. This is about the settings of this UI. The portal, currently we are using pay-as-you subscription. This is the subscription. And whenever you've created an account, Microsoft by default creates an Active Directory tenancy environment for you. That is, you see, kurela.venkat@gmail.onmicrosoft.com. For example, if I've created a user in this account, let's say Ramesh, it will be ramesh@kurela.venkat@gmail.onmicrosoft.com. This is the standard domain suffix. So onmicrosoft.com will be standard domain suffix extension it is. And then whatever the complete email ID that you have used, it will come, in between like this. Well, later part of this course, when we go to Active Directory level discussions, for example, if you have a domain like kurela.in and you wanted to create users like Ramesh at kurela.in and you want to have them log in with this email ID, we're going to see how that is possible, right? We're going to have DNS services, Active Directory services, AD sync between on-prem and the cloud. We will see that later, but by default, a domain is created for you and this is how it looks like. And it is about the appearance and startup view. The moment when you log in, I said fly out. That means when we come here, in the left-hand side, you see this docked place, the menu will not be there. It just flies out. And if I wanted to see, I have to click over here. I click here and click somewhere on the console, it just flies off. So if you want it to be docked, you want it to be just like this always. Okay. You click anywhere, you go anywhere, it will be docked. It will be stick to your home page. Okay. That is a preference you can change. And then about the theme, you want Azure or you want the blue, you want the light or the dark. Let's say I want the dark. Say apply. So it becomes dark like the night board. So you want the blue, you can just switch. And then you also have got high contrast themes, none at this point of time. If you want everything to be white, complete white, it becomes white. If you want everything to be black, complete black, it becomes like this. So I want none. There is something called home page and the dashboard. For example, when I click on the logo here, where we come, this is called the home page. This is called the home page. For example, in the menu, on the left-hand side, you see there is a dashboard. So when you click on the dashboard, this is a customized view that we can actually build. For example, you see, it says edit. Let's say I'm a network engineer and I wanted to have the networking view. The moment I log in, I wanted to see how many networks are there. Well, in the gallery, it actually shows a list, or maybe say network team, right? This is for the network team. So it is a network team. I can have multiple dashboards. I can have an additional dashboard. Maybe let's say I go to the networking. So I'm just creating a VNet. Don't mind the details, right? You see VNet 1. Now I wanted to pin this to the dashboard. Let's say pin this. Pin to dashboard is okay. I mean, we should see an option, say okay. It shows the list of dashboards that we have the moment you pin. No issues. So as we work, I'll demonstrate this later. But when you say click pin, it asks to which dashboard you wanted to pin. That is one option. Well, when I pin this, that means all the VNets that I have will be coming up here. And then, for example, I go to this particular VNet, right? I wanted to pin this. Only this VNet and its resources will be pinned to the dashboard. So the point is, when you click on this logo, you want this home page to come. That means Azure services and recently accessed services, or you want the dashboard to show up. That is this setting of, home page or dashboard. A language, well, yours, if you want to change it to something, my information, this is the information that we have added at the time of creating the account. Sign out notifications. So if the session is ideal for, let's say, 1 minute, 2 minute, you just can sign it out. I don't want because it is my personal mission. Then this bell button is about the notifications. So any activity that you're doing here, if you're creating a virtual machine, whether it is in progress or it is completed, you just can come here and see the notifications. This is about the directory. It's the same directory we have come few minutes ago to see, right? It's about the directory information. Sorry, this is. And then the Cloud Shell. We'll come here in a while. I'll talk about this. And this search is called the global search. You wanted to search about anything, storage accounts, right? You just can search for it. Or let's say database, right? Are you talking about the SQL database servers or MariaDB, PostgreSDB, or SQL databases? It's a PaaS offering. So it just brings all the results, or Azure App Service, right? Or let's say DNS. So it just can, type in anything, everything comes up here. It's called the global search. And then left hand side, this is an icon, and this is called the menu bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 are fixed. You wanted to create a resource, you click here, palette will come up. This is called the palette. Okay, the screen that you see is called the palette. If you want to go to home screen, go to dashboard, you say all services, and complete list of services will come up here. From here, you see favorites. This list can be changed at any point of time based on our preferences. For example, functions. You see, the right hand side 3 dots. If I place my mouse pointer over here, and you see functions move up and app service come down. And if I want database to go up, database is up. I can switch them up and down. It depends on our preferences. And say I don't want load balancer to show up here, right? Place my mouse, the right hand side it comes up, and click on this star, so it goes off, right? I don't want advisor to come here, so Microsoft Defender, click on it, it goes off. Resource groups, I don't want, it goes off. Let's say I want something to come up here. I can, all services, resource group here, you see star, I click on the star, so it comes up here. So anything you don't want, you just go here and click on the star. Anything that you want added back, go there and click, so it adds up. You want to change the order, you can do it by dragging and dropping them. So